Of course, all the logistics that's gone into setting this thing up and getting it ready really falls on one person. He's done it mostly all by himself, and that's Doug. Where are you, Dougie? Where are you, Dougie? We have some very special people here today. They're called survivors. And they're not only special to us, they're special to themselves, and they're special to the cause. And that's our big tribute today, is to our survivors. The ones that have, and the ones that will. And there will be more that will. At this point, I'm going to give the mic to Michelle, who will give us our opening inspiration, and then we'll line up over here at the starting line and get this thing on the road. Okay? Michelle.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. My name is Michelle, or Shell. To my friends, I'm known as a person with a million nicknames. And now cancer survivor is one of them. It's an honor to stand before you and share my thoughts with all of you. Like most other people who are diagnosed with cancer, there's a certain scenario that occurs with diagnosis. The doctor walks slowly into the room with an extremely somber face. You really don't need the doctor to say a word, as his or her face says it all. Once the doctor says, "I'm sorry, you have cancer," time stands still. From this point on, you begin to group memories into two categories: prior to your diagnosis and after you've been diagnosed. Unfortunately, hearing this news does not happen once for some patients. I'm a 3-time cancer survivor, and hearing the diagnosis the second and the third time are not any easier than the first time I was told I had cancer. The numbness you felt the first time fills your body once again. As with many of you, cancer has touched or taken many of my family members: my dad, my grandma, aunts, uncles, cousins, and a lot of my friends. I just didn't think it would try to get to me. You never do. Not at 27 when I was diagnosed with ocular cancer, not at 37 when I was diagnosed with cervical cancer, and not earlier this year when I was diagnosed with uterine cancer. I've experienced every emotion one would expect from a person diagnosed with cancer. Although it was not easy at times, I have tried to keep a positive outlook with the mindset that cancer would not beat me. I'm very fortunate to have my faith and complete trust in the Lord, a supportive family, an extended family that includes all my friends, and a strong support network is vital for recovery. As a result of my ocular cancer, I lost an eye, and in the beginning I had to take the artificial eye out for cleaning. My nieces and nephew have grown up with me having an artificial eye. Their emotions range from me being the coolest aunt in the world to the little ones say, "Please don't take out your eye at my party because my friends say it's gross." I remember one time going with my brother and his family to Disneyland, and we got on the Indiana Jones ride, which is a very fast ride. And when we got off, my 8-year-old niece yelled very loudly in a voice only 8-year-olds are capable of, a voice that can be heard over the roar of jet engines, and she yells, "Auntie Shell, did your eyeball fall out?" I laughed as everybody else laughed and told her, "No, babe, my eyeball didn't fall out." My providers have been outstanding. The oncologists, the lab technicians, the surgeons, the nurses, the radiology team, medical assistants, and all the administrative teams involved in my care have always made me feel like I was their only priority. My latest round of cancer brought me to Kaiser Hospital in Richmond. The physicians and their teams have provided excellent care for me. The relay became important to me about 4 years ago when I wanted to give back. to walk for others who had been silenced by this devastating disease. The American Cancer Society has helped me and continues to help me and so many others during this trying time. I went to the Make Yourself Beautiful workshops, support groups, and participated in as many sponsored events as I could. I remember my first relay, and for a lot of you this might be your first relay. I was walking as a survivor and admittedly was nervous. Within minutes my fears were banished from my mind. There were people all around who were smiling and welcoming and caring. Last year brought me to Albany, to Orientation Center for the Blind, where adults with visual impairments empower themselves to live independently. I decided I wanted to be a team captain. The team is called Re-Abled in Celebrating Life, and last year was our first walk. This year we will participate for the second time and plan to walk all day and all night as we did last year. We have many walkers from our original team and are pleased that we are also adding several new walkers as well. It's no secret that our walk today will not result in a cure for cancer. There are just too many types. What our walk does is bring those people together that want to make a difference by raising money for research and other cancer programs. I've conquered the battle 3 times, and like many of you, I walk in celebration for those who have beat the cancer monster. We also walk for those who have fought courageously but lost their battle with cancer. Please take a moment to greet those who are around you, and as the day progresses, please smile and say hello and reach out to fellow walkers. Thank you all for participating, and thank you for the honor of speaking to you today. And on that note, let's get this party started.
Now I'd like the survivors initially to follow Michelle over to the starting line, and then supporters and participants gather in behind. We're not going to use a gun to start them, but they might just fall over.
I don't know how to stop this.
What? If I shoot you, you will.
Gotcha.
Did you stop it?
No.
All right, let's all get on the track. And when the music starts, the parade will start. This is called